So you realize that, like, wow, a percussion instrument can be really soft. I mean, think about, you know, and it can be very subtle and delicate. So percussion is something that's not always loud. And percussionists often think of, well, I love to play snare drum. You guys kind of, oh, I love to play snare drum. Is there like someone who always plays snare drum? No? And then someone gets stuck with this instrument. What is this thing? Yeah, every time. Someone gets stuck with this instrument. What is this instrument? Triangle. Triangle? I thought it was called a square. It's a square?
I figured out squares have four sides.
April Fool. No, it's a triangle. Yeah. So, you know, you get stuck with the triangle part. And, you know, everybody in the band gets stuck with a bad part some of the time. Maybe the woodwinds have all these melodies, and maybe you're a brass player and you only have like whole notes or something. It's not as interesting. You know, maybe you play trombone and sometimes it's not. But you know what? No matter what you play in band, or no matter what you do, you have to have integrity. I call it artistic integrity, and that's a big word, two big words. Artistic integrity means that no matter what you do it great. You don't care. You don't care if you're playing triangle or you're playing the solo snare drum part. You do it great. No matter if you're playing whole notes and the woodwinds have a big thing, and the band director's working with the woodwinds for a long time, and you're waiting, or maybe sometimes you have to count a lot of rests. No matter what you do, you're great. Because you have integrity. And in band, you have artistic integrity. So when I play triangle, I was always like, oh, I hate the triangle. I hate the, oh, I gotta play the bass drum. No matter what you do great. And this instrument, even though you look at it, you're like, come on. You know, is this really that hard? Actually, yeah, it is. Let's just listen to this instrument. A lot of cool different sounds. I'll tell you, this instrument's really hard. You know why? I do an exercise where I try to play 5 notes exactly the same. Oh, that's so dumb. Who cares about that? It's so stupid. Let's see if I can play 5 notes exactly the same. So when I play the first one, the other 4 have to sound exactly the same. Let's see how well I do. All right, I'm going to work hard here. Here we go. Uh-oh. 1 and 2 are pretty close. How was 3? Here's 4 and 5. How'd I do? Is triangle easy or hard? When you think about it, it's a little more difficult than you might think. It seems like the dumbest thing, oh, it's just a triangle. And you know, you guys, like in the low brass, I remember my friend said, oh, you know, sometimes I play oompa, oompa, boom, 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 sometimes for a long time. But you know what? You want to be the best oompa you ever got. You know why? Maybe at some point, you won't be playing oompa. And if you do great at triangle, you do great, you'll get better opportunities. Maybe you'll get a solo sometime. Because you know what? If somebody plays great triangle, I would say, wow. Or they played some part that's very simple, but they're really into it, and make sure it's of the highest integrity. maybe that person would say, you know what, they've been back there nailing every triangle part I got. Maybe I'm going to give them a solo because or something else. I don't know. But good things will happen if you do a good job. You know that. So, do we all have artistic integrity? Say yes. Yes. 8th grade. All right. So percussionists, they strike things, they produce all different sounds, and we already learned that they make very soft sounds and very loud sounds. They have a wide dynamic spectrum. They also are responsible for keeping good time. They're the rhythm of the group, right? How many of you practice with a metronome? All of you don't practice with a metronome? That needs to change. We need to practice with a metronome. And I brought a really old metronome here. And it keeps time. Do you ever think that a piece of music can have a metronome in it? And actually the metronome's part of the piece? Have you ever thought about that? realize the metronome became a part of the piece. The metronome, not only with the sound, but did you notice that I was striking it at some point? And did you notice that I was actually striking it with this beater? And what's really great about it is it's a really old metronome, and it has gears in the back. Like old-fashioned gears. So this is old metronome before we had our electronic metronomes. And the front, oh, let me show you the front too. So what you can do is you can do, for example, here at the end, I was doing 3 against 2. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I can do any of these combinations. I can do 5, well, let's do 4 against 3. How's that? So 4 notes against 3. That's 4 against 3. And if you want to get really fancy, I could do 7 against 8. And that's how that last ending section started. And way back then, they were using this. And there's little gears in the back turning, believe it or not. So it's a pretty special thing. You know, percussion instruments, they do a lot of cool things. What's this? Tambourine. What do you do with it?
You hit it.
You hit it, you shake it, you do all kinds of... But you know, tambourine is actually a really unique instrument, and you could do a lot with tambourine. I actually wrote a book, a whole book. This whole book is tambourine. Triangle, cymbals, this whole book. See my name's on the bottom? Right there. Okay? And it's all about this instrument. And we all think that all these little percussion instruments are just, you just bang them and hit them, and who really cares? Well, actually, this instrument, you can do a lot with. You can make a lot of different sounds with it. you think it was just like, oh, it's something in the back that the percussionists bang around with. And you guys hear them back there, and sometimes things fall over. We have all these instruments, and, you know, I hate to say it, sometimes we look a little bit like drummers that don't know what we're doing. So we always want to have artistic integrity. All right? And percussionists are special because they play a whole family of instruments. I should say they can be special if they practice. But seriously, they play a family of instruments, and I think that's why sometimes you hear them back there and they're maybe not as organized as they can be. And you have to remember, no matter what you do, always practice artistic integrity. And I keep saying it over and over again so you'll remember. All right? Another instrument. Oh, here we go. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for the cymbals? Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready? It's gonna be cymbals. And actually, cymbals can be very beautiful. And they can be very powerful. Or incredibly soft. And incredibly beautiful when you think about it. If you guys are playing well. They can be short. They can be long. They can be soft and short. Or long and loud. Okay? So cymbals are a beautiful instrument. So cymbals are this beautiful instrument. Triangle's a beautiful instrument. Snare drum's a beautiful instrument. You can even make a chair sound like a kind of cool instrument. All right? There's a lot going on here. All right. Well, I'm going to play another snare drum one. How about... They like the chair one. So, how do you get better on snare drum? And I know we all practice technique. We have technique, right? My teacher said when I was a kid, you need to practice technique. There's this really hard thing you got to do. Just get this book, and it's number 1. And the first one was right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. What do you think about that? That's easy. Then he... Guess what that was? No. Left, right, left, right, left, right. That seems so ridiculous. Then number 3 was right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. And number 4 was left. I mean, it was... So you know what I thought when I was about your age? I was a little bit younger. I said, I think I have a week off from lessons and practicing this week because this book is the stupidest book I've ever seen in my life. It's called Stick Control. And I'm like, right. So, guess what I did? I watched TV all week. my parents said, "You're not practicing this week. Have you been practicing? What's going on? Are you ready for your lesson?" And I said, "Actually, yeah. I've got my lesson ready to go." He said, so I show up to my teacher, walk into the first lesson. He says, "Do number 1, right, left, right, left." I said, "No problem." I'm thinking, and I looked about like this. How am I looking? How am I looking? That sounds good? That really sounds good. Right, left, right. Is there something wrong with the percussionist? What's wrong? The right is right. The right one's a little higher. My teacher said, "I'll make your sticks the same height." So, well, that's easy, you know. Then I did it again, and what's wrong with that one? The way I'm striking it, I'm like all over the place. My left hand isn't very good. My teacher says your left hand is moving all over the place. Oh, crap. Okay. The beat isn't solid. So when you practice technique, how many of you guys practice technique? They practice technique, all right? I imagine you guys practice technique. Do you have to practice tone quality? You have to practice percussionist. You have to think about what you're doing. I have 3 fulcrum points. My stick moves here. My stick moves in my wrist. And my stick moves in my arm. I have 3 movements. There's 3 fulcrum points. My teacher said, "You sound terrible." He said, "Did you practice?" Gotta tell the truth. Always gotta tell the truth. I said, "No, I thought it was easy." How about this? I'm going to play a whole note on this drum. I'm going to play an eighth note. I'm going to play a half note. I'm going to play a quarter note. Is there a problem here? Make them like whole note. I'll make an eighth note. Ready? I'll make a half note. Same length. So how do percussionists make long notes? You roll. And how do you practice rolls? Roll's one of the hardest things we do back there on timpani, on snare drum. So you add. So I'm going to do my exercise, right, left, but I'm going to do right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. But then I'm going to do a buzz. So that buzz is the beginning of a roll. And maybe the percussionist will do this in a little bit. Now I'm going to do it. I'm going to add. Keep adding. And the roll is based on this. Slow practice. first. This, all it is number 3 in that book. Right, right, left, left. All right, I'm going to play one more, and then we'll bring some of the percussionists up to play. How's that sound? Good? Yeah. This is with the snares on. The first one was with the snares off. Snares underneath on. So again, I used all these different implements to produce all these different kinds of sounds. And if you notice, some of it's really soft. Percussion instruments aren't always loud. It's subtle. All right. So who wants to be the first percussionist to come up here? And we're going to do our right, left exercise.
First name Aiden.
It's up to you. I'm not going to only pick on one.
No.
So we're just going to do the simple exercise. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Not difficult. About this tempo. 1, 2, ready, and go. And take a look how we keep going. Keep going. Now, when I was a kid, I thought that I got really bored at this point. How's the stick height? Are they coming the same height?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Pretty good. Can you see it on that side? It's pretty good. So you're doing pretty good. Richie, right?
Sure.
Richard?
His name is
Aiden, we call him Richie.
Now, is he using all, how many fulcrum points? Pop quiz. How many fulcrum points? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. How many? 3. Name one. Raise your hand. Wrist. Name another one. Arm. Name another one. Do you know the last one? What? Nope. It's wrist, arm, close. What'd you say? Got it. How's his arm? How's his arm? Good job, guys. How's his arms looking? Play loud. Is he using all 3? Richie actually looks pretty good. Richard. Oops, I said Richie again. It is Richie, okay. So, looking actually pretty good. So, you know, people ask me how you hold the sticks. Richie, nice to meet you. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Wrap your fingers around the stick. There you go. So the grip is supernatural. Now, when you walk up to the drum, the only change you're going to make, guys, is that. You go from this position. So, next hand. All right. Now, let's make sure that Richie makes that turn. Hint, hint, he might not be making it in his left hand. Go, louder. He saw it coming. He knew. In his left hand, he had turned his hand up. Louder. As he gets louder, he's going to use more arm. This is a bigger motion than this. More arm. Now softer. Much softer. Softer. Move to the edge of the drum. Softer. Softer. Is he going to use his arm? Very, very little. Mostly his fingers. Let's see how soft he can get. Not bad. Nice job, Richie. Thanks. Okay, how much time do we have? Like a couple minutes.
21 is pack up. So we have about 8 minutes.
All right, we're going to do a quick roll.
All right.
Who wants to try the roll?
I know how to do it.
What do you think?
All right, go.
Let's go!
I need the sticks to do the roll. It's important. I think I need these to do rolls.
All right. So what we're going to do first is... Is that about right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What's your name?
Gavin.
Gavin.
What's your name?
You already know.
I know.
Go ahead. Let's do right, left, right, left, right, left.
So
Let's-
like,
right, left, right, left, right,
So like
left. Just
right
what you
here.
was doing.
so like this.
Same.
Am I doing good?
Hang on. I would concentrate on that, not on me. How's his right hand?
Oh, it's supposed to be this way. Oh, I messed up.
Is his right hand and his left hand the same height?
Let's see. Yeah, this thing.
So you got it. And guys, practicing in front of a mirror is very helpful. Give it a shot.
I don't think they're going the same height.
See how high is right? Your left needs to come up a little bit.
Like, wait.
No. All right, now we're gonna do this.
All right.
Gavin, tick,
Yeah.
tap, right, left, buzz, tap, right, left,
Wait, so like-
right, left, buzz, tap, right, left,
so hard. I
left.
can't do
Ready?
that.
Go. Right, left, buzz, tap.
Go.
Right, left, buzz, tap. Right, left. Check your height.
Oh,
Keep
wait, I
going.
messed up.
Ready, go. You can do it. Buzz. There you go. Get that left hand up. 2, 3, buzz tap. 2, 3. There you go. How's his left hand, guys? There it is.
Got better.
It's getting better, and then it's now right, left, buzz tap, right, left, buzz tap. Great, Kevin, doing good. Make the buzzes longer.
Like,
Yeah, a little longer. Now, see that heaviness in the right hand? You guys check his left hand. There you go, Kevin. Now, buzz tap. Buzz tap.
this is
So
really
beat
confusing.
2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. It's on 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. Ready, go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it. Buzz tap.
Wait,
Yes. A little longer buzzes. There you go. And what you do, guys, is you just keep going. Gavin's doing great. It's his left. But Gavin's got to watch his left hand. You guys over here, were you catching it? His left hand starts to go lower.
Yeah, it's because I had a stroke.
All right, guys, watch it. So I'll do it one last time, and then we'll finish up. Okay. Kevin. Sometimes you press just a hair more. Now I just keep adding. Okay, and that's how you practice through it. And I can send. And guys, I'm gonna send that music. So I'm gonna send that exercise so you can hand it out to the percussion. So guys, I'm coming here real quick. I'm coming here on behalf of Interlochen, and if you're looking for a summer music camp where it's like a camp environment, we do all kinds of ensembles, chamber music, orchestra, they have strings, they have band. It's a wonderful time. 3 weeks. Uh, 52.
I'm 13. I'll be 14 next week.
Good for you, Kevin.
Any other questions before we get to change build transition? I just was showing your parents who are watching live how to get to that website and get more information. Right? So, any other questions? How many of you want to play one more piece before the bell rings?
Oh.
Play the chair. Just a chair.
Did you want to ad lib and should we get Alex Myers up there?
Yes. Stand up with
I wish we had a cajon.
Stand
What does Alex do?
He's a percussionist.